Today I would be giving you some information on delegation of authority. Now, why I wanted to give you this information is because we are all part of a team. Sometimes you would have, team members that work under you, who you might be a team lead or a senior, or you might have been just assigned with some, task, and you have a team in which you need to coordinate with, and you need to complete that task, and you are the person responsible. So at that time, delegation of authority, or even the situation of delegating authority comes into place. So I just wanted to share a little bit of information that I came to know, and I thought I can share it with you so that it will be useful. So to start off, delegation of authority, it's a process of assigning tasks or work by a manager or a superior to other people or their subordinates. So when does this need for delegation of authority comes is due to various time and resource management constraints that the managers or seniors they face, and that's why they assign tasks to their subordinates. Okay, so sometimes you would not have time in order to complete all the tasks that is being loaded on you. Sometimes there are too many resources by that you have to handle on your own. So when you're faced with these type of situations comes a need for delegation of authority, and it works well. So when you look at the process of delegation, there are three stages. The first one is entrustment of duties or assignment of responsibilities. Okay, so at this stage, first you need to know what has to be delegated or what needs to be delegated. Next one is you need to understand, and you need to decide when to delegate that work, and also to who to delegate that particular work, or assign that work to which particular group or person. So in the first stage, once you understand this, you would proceed with delegation. Now here is a little tip on how when to delegate tasks to other people. So let's say you have a work or you have a task in hand. Understand what is the nature of that task, whether it's going to be a routine task, and what is the priority of that task. So when you understand the task nature, so if a task keeps repeating in a particular frequently, then you can call them as routine tasks, okay, or routine work. So when it's routine and of low and medium priority, then definitely what you can do is you can delegate it to your subordinates or to the people you feel this task can be executed. So if the task is going to be routine and of high priority, or if it's not going to be some non-routine task, then you can handle the task. Now let me give you an example for this type. Let's say we are all business analysts, okay, and we are having a team in which we need to coordinate with, and you might be a team lead, or you might be in charge of certain resources who are working under you. So understand what are all the different tasks that you deal with. Okay, let's say you're having your daily user stories, you have backlog grooming, then you have to do a lot of documentation, then you're having scrum calls, then you're having retro meetings, everything. So what you can do is understand what are all are going to be the day-to-day activities. So if it's going to be on a routine basis, like attending scrums and understanding the updates, and coordinating with the development team, all this is going to be routine. So what you can do is you can delegate that work. Things that are going to be non-routine, let's say for example suddenly there's a situation that comes up where there is a high priority task, or there's a major blocker. At that time, definitely you should be the one handling it, because that is not something that happens always. It's a non-routine, it's going to be a high priority at that particular situation. So at that time you need to take it up, and you need to handle that particular task. The rest can be delegated to your subordinates. So this is a little bit of the decisions that you can take when you're delegating work or assigning work. The next one is granting of authority. So this was really something interesting to me. During delegation, authority is required by subordinates to use the resources of the organization for the execution of tasks. Let's say you're having a manager. Okay, a manager is dealing with currently a lot of juniors. Okay, so he wants to actually now he finds that there's a lot of other work that he needs to see to, and then some work can be actually delegated to someone else. So he appoints a team leader. Okay, so it's not enough that you just appoint a team leader and you say, okay, you carry on with these tasks A, B, and C. When you appoint a team leader, definitely you have to give him the authority to make use of resources. It can be the, the resources of certain, access to certain applications, or authority to, make use of employees working under him to get the task done. So when there is authority given to, when there is delegation done, you even have to give them authority. You just cannot say you do the work, but I'm not giving you the authority to do A, B, and C tasks. So when they don't have authority, definitely there's going to be a lot of back and forth communication. Every time they have to come get the, sign off from you or get the approval from you to do every little task. So always when you delegate something, give them the authority also, depending on, the level at which authority should be given. Authority needs to be given to the people to which you're delegating tasks, so that they can use the different resources in order to perform those tasks. So therefore, if you see, the superior parts with his authorities to enable the subordinates to perform. So now whatever, routine tasks that the manager had been performing, he's going to part with some of them so that the team leaders can take on those, the authority to perform those tasks that were delegated. So always there's going to be, during delegation, there's going to be a transfer of authority. And the next one is creation of accountability. This is also something very interesting. So the superior has to create an obligation on the part of the subordinate to perform. So this can be like, though you have given them the authority, definitely they are going to be accountable and responsible for that particular work that you have assigned. So how do you understand how the work is going? How do you get the updates? So definitely it's going to be through status update meetings, status reports, performance reports. There's a lot of, information that you're getting about the performance of the person to which you have delegated the work. So if you look at this diagram, it's very interesting because the senior manager or superior or senior assigns authority to the subordinate. Okay, so there's a top to down flow of authority. So when authority is given, there's always an upward form of responsibility. So the subordinates, they become responsible for, communicating, to be answerable, to give updates to the seniors. So there comes a responsibility. So tomorrow, if I'm giving you a task, I'm giving you the authority to do the task, I'm delegating that to you, but at the same time you become responsible for that task, and you're also responsible to, responsible for that task, and also you need to be answerable for whatever is happening about that task. Okay, so there comes responsibility, and you need to communicate it back to me. So there's a two-way method of, authority and responsibility flow. So this is about the process of delegation. So always I thought this will be helpful, because when you work with a team, sometimes you would be in a scenario where you have to delegate work and all that. So this is something very interesting to know about. When you delegate tasks, always try to give the authority, and once you give the authority, just don't leave it over there. The people become accountable, and you also have to start tracking on the progress of that particular activity or task. So there comes even responsibility also. So I hope this video was informative to you. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share your feedback. Thank you.